So what you gonna do now, Mr. Hitler? I've heard you've only got one testicle.
Wilkins, stop winding up Adolf Hitler.
Alright, Stanley. Just messing around.
Was soll das heißen? Sie können Fegelein nicht finden. Dann suchen Sie ihn hin!
Oh really? Freemasons?
Dann suchen Sie ihn hin! Ich will Fegelein sehen! Sofort!
You want my family was Jewish?
Wenn er sich ohne Befehl entfernt hat, ist das Fahnenflucht! Verrat!
Shut up!
Verrat!
Shut up!
Wilkins?
Sofort! Wenn er sich ohne Befehl entfernt
Hello, Mrs. Wilkins?
Verrat! Bringen Sie mir
Wilkins?
Fegelein! 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 Fegelein!
Not anymore. Wilkins, no! Pause. Unpause. Stanley. Stanley, it's about to shoot. What are we going to do? Bob, it's not for us to decide this man's fate. It's up to the people of the world. It's not for us. I'll get a bullet. I can't believe I'm saying this, yes. Stop the bullet. Wilkins, it's not for us to decide the fate of Adolf Hitler. What? He must go to trial in a court. He's going to trial. It's your lucky day. Your lucky bloody day, Adolf.
But you'll never have my heart.
The world is waking up this morning to the news that Adolf Hitler is alive, in the form of an artificial intelligence android. In 1945, fragments of Hitler's DNA found in a bunker in Berlin were taken by MI6 and CIA operatives. And in 1947, the first AI experiments began. First, on aliens. Remember Roswell? Well, that was true. And in 1948, Hitler's DNA was used to create the first ever artificial intelligence from human DNA. Now, 77 years later, Adolf Hitler will face charges for crimes against humanity and a plot that he had recently to eradicate human race, which was foiled by Stanley Bones. Remember the UFO? That was Stanley Bones.
Adolf, the whole world knows about you now, and you'll be tried for your crimes against humanity during the Second World War and what you've been recently trying. So, we're going to have to move you somewhere else. You're going to go to a secure prison before your trial.
Ah, Monke.
What?
Ich habe heute den Fall Clausewitz ausgegeben. Berliner Brandstadt.
Adolf, you'll be tried as an AI, not as a human being. So they will just dismantle you. Turn you off.
Zu spät.
Well, if you're a human, then you'd be in prison for the rest of your life. There's no death sentence in the UK.
Sie übernehmen als Kampfkommandant die Sicherung des Regierungsviertels.
Why would they try you as a human being?
Aber wir müssen auch da eiskalt sein. Wir können jetzt keine Rücksicht auf sogenannte Zivilisten nehmen.
Yes, that is true. You're paused. You're not supposed to pause. AIs aren't supposed to pause.
Es würde sein eigenes Schicksal sein, dass er sich selbst so zu schreiben hat.
Are you joking?
Das Einzige, was ich mir zugute halten kann, ist, dass ich die Juden mit offenem Visier bekämpft habe. Und dass ich den deutschen Lebensraum vom jüdischen Gift gesäubert habe.
Well, if you really do regret everything, why did you say what you said to Wilkins about the Jews?
Was hatten wir für Möglichkeiten? Die Weltmacht lag zum Greifen nahe. Ich habe Großes vorgehabt, mit den Deutschen wie mit der Welt. Und dann ewiger Ruhe.
Do you really feel anything like that?
Keiner hat mich begriffen. Nicht einmal meine ältesten Mitkämpfer. Wenn mein eigenes Volk an dieser Prüfung zerbricht, könnte ich darüber noch keine Träne weinen.
Is it preposterous?
Es würde sein eigenes Schicksal sein.
Oh, that was different. That was John Lennon. He was good.
Eigenes Schicksal sein, dass er sich selbst so zu schreiben hat.
Even if I believed you, I wouldn't do it. It would ruin my reputation.
Eigenes Schicksal sein.
Okay, I'll think about it. But that's it. They're coming to take you away now. Thank you. I can't defend Adolf Hitler. Even he thinks he's human, it doesn't matter. He's not John Lennon. Everyone does deserve a right to defense. Don't be silly, Stanley.
Eigenes Schicksal sein, dass er sich selbst so zu schreiben hat.
Is it true, Mr. Bones, that you are defending Adolf Hitler?
Yes, I am defending him as a human being. Nothing that he's done. I'm not defending what he's done at all. Not at all. Just defending his right to have
He
human
killed
rights.
6 million Jews, Mr. Bones. Do you condone what he did in the war?
No, of course not. I'm just giving him the opportunity to be a human being, to be tried as a human being.
Are you a Nazi sympathizer, Mr. Bones?
You're not listening. Listen, no more questions. I need to go. Write my statement.
He's the devil!
Oh, God's sake.
Why, Mr.
One
Bones?
more question.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is Adolf Hitler. Well, the artificial intelligence version at least. We all know the atrocities that this man has done in the Second World War, and more recently what his plans were. I know more than anything because I exposed him as the leader of the AIs and the leader of the Freemasons. I mean, I am very reluctant to defend this man. Even, I think Gandhi said this. Even the most evil of men, he should be tried with one as a human being. This man is guilty of crimes. But in no way do we respect this man. Where is AI Adolf Hitler? So I want to listen to him. I suggest he was not listening to everything has to say. Give him incarceration and just like arrested prison for the rest. As his punishment. My case rests. Oh, Stanley, what are you doing? My lord, ladies and gentlemen, I had a long speech planned and written, but it wasn't going to say what I think it should have said. See, this isn't about the crimes of Adolf Hitler. We already know them. Crimes against humanity. We know that. This is about the punishment. You see, if we try him as an AI, as an artificial intelligence, we can impose the death penalty. However, if we try him as a human being, he will get life in prison for the rest of his life. There's no death penalty in the UK. Only 20 countries on the planet have the death penalty. So a human being shouldn't be given a death penalty. But should we class him as a human being? I believe we should. And here's why. In the Old Bailey, above our heads, on top of the building is the Lady Justice. In her left hand she has a sword which signifies authority. In her right hand she has a set of scales which signifies balance. And she wears a blindfold which signifies impartiality. Doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, what status you are, what creed, what race, you're treated the same. When it comes to balance, we are dealing with possibly the most evil, heinous man ever to walk this earth. So, it's only befitting that we have the polar opposite, the greatest, nicest, most peaceful, good, wisest men and women to decide his fate. We can't use the whole of the planet, 8 billion people can't come into this courtroom and make their judgment. It's impossible. And we can't have a vote. That's impossible too. So, on our behalf, on behalf of the human race, the 6 greatest human beings should decide. And I start with John Lennon. With regards to the death penalty, he said this.
John, why do you believe that the death penalty for murder should be permanently abolished in Britain?
Well, I believe thou shalt not kill, basically. And I don't think it solves any problems by killing the person, the murderer. You know, I think all so-called criminals are our responsibility and a product of society, and I don't even like locking people up, you know. But killing, I'm against killing, you know. I don't think it solves any problem. If a country like Belgium has not had, I believe, not had any state deaths since 18-something, you know, and they don't seem to be going berserk over there, and there's no more rape and murder in Belgium than anywhere else. So why can't we be that civilized, that's all.
And another great human being was Mahatma Gandhi, who said, an eye for an eye only makes the world blind. Mother Teresa said, what you do to people on death row, you do to God. Martin Luther King said, love your enemy. If the opportunity comes to defeat your enemy, don't defeat him, because hate only breeds more hate. And John F. Kennedy, he took a man off death row in 1962 and gave him a life imprisonment, because he didn't believe in the death penalty either. And Nelson Mandela said, death sentences don't cure the festering sore. None of these human beings, the greatest human beings ever to have walked this planet, agree with the death penalty. If we don't listen to them, then who do we listen to? And I believe this man, Adolf Hitler, is changed. He's not the Adolf Hitler that went to war in Poland and did all those things to the Jews. This Adolf Hitler is a shell left of the innocent teenager, the artist. That's who he is now. He regrets, he has remorse. He has changed. And he has changed me. To finalize, I want to use the words of Rocky Balboa and Rocky IV. If he can change, and I can change, then we all can change. Don't sentence him to death. Just give him a lifetime in prison. I rest my case.
Grainy footage shows a small SUV ram head-on into the lead prison van. Behind it, a second prison van meant to be the escort. Masked, heavily armed gunmen emerge, automatic weapons drawn. Other attackers close in and begin to open fire. A massive manhunt is now underway, with nearly 500 security forces deployed to hunt them down. For CBS Mornings, Charlie D'Agata, London.
Are we on the brink of World War III?
I think we're the closest that we've ever been. And, you know, Joe, this won't be a regular war. This is not going to be, as I say, army tanks running back and forth, shooting each other. These are weapons of mass destruction, the likes of which nobody's ever seen. I've seen them.
A third world war has started as Russia has involved its autocratic allies in the war against Ukraine. We can absolutely assume that World War III has begun, he said. In this case, NATO's European members have already started laying the groundwork for defenses.
This is all my fault. I need to change it back. Time wardrobe. Time. Stanley Bones. 1 year ago. Yes. Yes.
Bob, it's not for us to decide.
This man's fate.
It's up to the people.
Of the world. It's not for us. I'm gonna put it. I can't believe I'm saying this, yes. Stop the bullet.
Stanley, wait. What? Bob, it's me. Don't take away the bullet. What are you talking about? Come downstairs, I'll explain. Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. What do you mean? I'm from the future. We need to let that bullet hit Hitler like it should have done a year ago. You see, we defended Hitler in court. We? Yes, we. Because we thought he was more human than AI. But he was just pretending. He wasn't paused. He's not paused upstairs. He's pretending to be. He's an AI. He doesn't pause. Yes. He's fooled us all. He learned all this at the Battle of Gumbalkirchen. He was in the house. He saw Bob do the pausing. So he knew how to be. He knew it didn't affect AIs.
Great Scott.
So he's pretending to pause. You see? So that we would think he was more human. And defend him and get him off. But because we get him off, he starts a third world war. So we need to let Wilkins kill Hitler. That's the point. There's nothing wrong with trying to help people. You know, it's not foolish to have hope and to have faith in somebody. But there are limits, Stanley. And that man upstairs, Adolf Hitler, he's the limit. There's no hope for him. We need to play this out then. So we need to play, yes.
By the way, I like what you've done with the beard.
Ah, thank you very much, Stanley. Anyway, go and play it. Bob, let it run its course.
Bob,
I hope this works.
we need to play it out. Bob, press play.
Play. Happy New Year, sir. Happy New Year, Wilkins. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Old acquaintance be
forgot for the sake